Hello, Factory Wranglers. I'm Colonel Failure, and this is Automation Empire, a brand new game from Dog Hoggler that hits Steam on the 20th of November. I've been lucky enough to score a key, so we're going to have a look at it. Now, there's not much in the way of tutorial here, so you dive straight in and figure it out for yourself. Brilliant. Tutorials are for the weak, as you well know. You've got all of these marvellous maps to choose from. We're going to do the first one. They're all lovely. Yeah, and they all have a kind of a similar motif to them, which is that you have a goal to hit. So I've got to hit 25,000 kilos of export within a 3-month period. Fine, I can do this whenever I like. I don't have to do it in the first 3 months. I can do it any time I please. Stick around, we'll get on with it. Now, you do have the choice when you start off to have some bits and pieces pre-built for you, but I've decided to go from scratch this time around because I've already had a look at this once. So this is your action area, at least in the first instance. Later on, you can expand out beyond the borders there. In fact, what's that? Is that gold? It certainly looks like it might be. But starting out here it's a good way to go. So we've got a bit of coal down there. We've got some more coal there. We've got iron here. We've got coal there. And down there is some more iron. Seem familiar? Yeah, I don't doubt that it does. So we're going to start off by getting the trucks rolling. And we'll do that by connecting up to these rocks. So you bang your truck entrance in the rock face. We'll try and get it as close to the mining section as possible because we're going to, or do we? Well, maybe. I'm on the fence because over time we're going to have a bunch of these tunnels in this rock face because each one facilitates more trucks turning up. So we'll go there because that's relatively safe. We'll then run the road down in a straight line because this is how you're going to make money is by exporting stuff by truck. And of course I've got this wrong because I need to put a truck stop in. You Burke. Right, that truck stop. Thank you. Yeah, spin that around. Oh, I reckon about here would be good. All right, there we are. And like so. And then we'll get the exit on like this. How do we feel about that? Oh, we feel delighted to be a part of it. Well, that's good. And smashing. Right, so all being well, trucks will start rolling through there in the fullness of time. They're not going to do very much, but later on, they'll there we go, there's one now. We'll zoom in and say hello to it. Hello, truck. How's it going? How's it hanging? Now, this can carry 6 lumps of whatever it is that I decide to export. And I don't have a huge amount of cash to start off with, so we're just going to start by mining up some of the old coal here. So we put the coal mine on there. Needs power, such as a shocker. It then needs a crate maker next to it. Now you can't go direct from the miner to the crate maker. You have to export that through a little bit of pipe first. So we'll grab that, grab a little bit of pipe, and then bang it on, and I've put that too far away, so I'm going to have to do it again. There we are. Grab this and then slap it. No, I think you might have had it right in the first place. Well, that makes me amazing. So you then need an unload station or a load station afterwards. Load stations are where it's very confusing. Between the language, it's very. Trust me, it's confusing. Confuses me anyway, but then that doesn't take much. So an unload station is where stuff is picked up. A load station is where it's dropped off, right? Now, the reason that that's confusing is because I'm going to do this using drones. And drones, you think about them unloading at that end, see, and they're not. They're unloading from the machinery, then loading the truck at the other end. No, not confused. All right, trust me, you will be. I near guarantee it. Right, I need somewhere compelling to stick me power. I'm gonna go over here. I mean, what I'm building here is more or less the exact same design that you get if you turn the starter options on. Right, there we go. We're mining. So we're now going to drill up some coal here, and it's going to get pumped through there and stuck in a box. That's what this thing does. Sticks it in a box anytime soon. There it goes. It's doing its little box wiggle. Box. Tremendous. Good. Now, we need to get that picked up. So we're going to go and grab ourselves a drone bay. And that's going to need power access. But I'm going to need a few drone bays. So we'll just start over here. Yeah, that'll be okay. And then you don't actually need to interact with the drone bay ever again. I can now have 4 drones. So let's buy them. And then we'll tell the drones that this unload station is high priority, so pick up from that. And we'll tell them that this parking bay here, well, we only want them to do coal ore at the moment, so we'll just do that and tell them it's high priority. And they're working. When this chap's got 6 on board, he'll clear off. When he gets to the end of the road there, I'll get paid. Marvellous. That's what we're looking forward to. Now, there is no fast forward button. You are locked into the speed that you are doing. Right, yeah. So the first stages of the game tend to be a little on the slow side. So I'll skip forward a couple of minutes. Oh, well, no, I'll tell you what. Let's watch Madam Truck here. Is it a Madam Truck? Well, yeah, it could be. Just make the startling delivery out to wherever it's going. And as you can see, we've got a new truck coming in now who will be waiting for supplies. And then this will go up. Thank you very much. 7 grand. Thank you very much. Now, you've got, before I skip forward a bit, where's the one that I want? I want this one, don't I? Yeah, right. So here is the current month, which is worth keeping an eye on. And each one of these lightning bolts, these electrical signs here, indicate when you're going to pay your next electricity bill. Now, there are more things than just the electricity bill to pay for, but that's the big one. Taxes being the other. So currently, my 3-month weight output is 6 kilograms. Each one of these boxes is 1 kilogram. As you refine stuff more, the weight of the boxes goes up. So if I've got to hit 25,000, you'll see that I'm going to have to build quite a lot. Yes, I am. Right, I'm going to build some stuff and then come back to you. All right, there's another successful load being delivered. I have advanced now to the point that I've got 3 mines running and I've got 6 drones. And 6 drones because this has 6 slots on it. Now, it doesn't turn up often enough for me to want to get overexcited and do more drones than that. 6 is sufficient for the time being. Because managing your expansion is all important. Now, I've got 30 grand in the bank, give or take. Well, I mean, it'll be over 30 grand when this truck piles off. But I need to get into doing some research. So we're going to put up a research bay now, and I want it right there. In fact, right there. That's exactly where I want it. I had set this mine up to start producing materials as well so that we could hopefully get a bit more export going a bit quicker, but honestly, didn't need it. So we'll sling this in there, and all research bays are powered by minerals. I know. They beat up coal ore until they learn something from it. So as you can see, it's processing one at a time. Come on, in your own time there. And then it turns that into research points. Bang. Now, that's 1,100 research points. 1 piece of coal ore has been dug into so far. I can't claim those research points until we pass this little turquoise, I suppose you'd call it, little turquoise bar. But you don't always want to claim it straight away. So you'll see my research point balance is still 0 until I claim it. So it's going to keep ticking along, building up research until I've got enough that I can actually stick it in my bank account. What am I going to spend it on? Well, I'm glad you asked that. Under here, we've got your basic research unlocks. The first of which is the refiner. And the refiner's a good way to make some serious cash. Well, you say serious. It basically, with this, we'll take the coal ore and turn it into coal. Marvellous. Same deal with iron ore. You take that and you turn it into iron. And then later on, you'll use this bad boy here, the combiner, and turn those refined ores into something that is metallic, one would imagine. Anyway, the main point in doing that is once you've got refined ores, each crate carries 10 kilos rather than 1. Remember, the kilo goal is our objective on this one. Now, there's other stuff to kind of research along the way. You've got the step conveyor. Now, these happy chappies here, they might look like conveyors, and in fact, they do act sort of like conveyors. They're just very expensive at 2.5 grand a throw. So if I were to stick another one here, it would behave like a conveyor. But they are for picking stuff up. As much as they can be used to transport stuff around the joint, that's not really what they're for. They're just locations for your drones to grab stuff from. So I'll stick that there just purely so we've got a little bit more weighting to pick up at once. But in all honesty, we're going at kind of top speed right now anyway. So the step conveyor is where you want to go to with that. Later on, you get the claw train, which is lovely. The claw train is it's a joy to behold for everybody involved. Little overhead thing comes and grabs from these fellas, drops it off somewhere else. Later on, you can unlock the truck loader, where your grab train goes around, picks all this stuff up, hovers over the top of the truck, drops it off. Marvellous. There is a lot in there to research. And then you get into upgrades as well. So all of the obvious stuff is in here. So your minecart speed, your grabber speed, your drone. I was halfway between drone and droid. Couldn't make my mind up. Eventually settled on droid. And then the number of wagons you can have on your minecarts, and so on. This is probably the most significant, though. This is the truck interval. That's the number of seconds reduced between trucks turning up. And you'll see that we're already starting to, now that we're filling these up a little bit faster, they are kind of turning up quicker. Or rather, we're getting a little bit more throughput. So that's all good. Now, another thing to bear in mind is that if I ever need to bulldoze stuff, let's go that, you get 100% of the money back. So if you get something wrong, just bulldoze it. You haven't lost anything in the process, and that's all good. Now then, what I want to do is I want to grab another truck stop here and stick it right next to the first one. Now this is going to make for a little longer flight for my drone chaps, but at the moment it's the cheapest way of getting this done. The trucks will keep going until they can pathfind no more. So when he reaches the end of the road here, he's just going to go, What do you want me to do? I kind of go, no, I don't need you to do anything. Just hang tight for a moment. There you are. Do a bit of that. We'll go none, coal ore only, drone priority high. And I'm not 100% certain whether this is the case or not yet. But I believe what this does is it allows a second truck to spawn. There we go, you see? So we've got this second truck coming out now while this first one's still being loaded. And this is the point at which it's useful for me to get another 2 drones. Because he'll sail past, go and park up in this one. He'll leave and a new one will turn up. But it means that my drones are working more of the time. And therefore I will increase my throughput accordingly. And I think I've probably got space for 3 of those. Now, loading stuff with drones... As you develop flipping drones become less and less important. The big one for making drones improved is flipping up, we've got it already. Yeah, you see, I played about 4 hours of this previously, and I went like, right, yeah, good. I've got a handle on this. Except of course I went like, oh, you've got minecarts from the start. Yeah, I made the same mistake again here. Right, minecarts. Let's do that, shall we? Right, the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to batter out a tank here. Are we? Yes, we are. Okay, you sure? Yes, totally sure. And the reason we're going to stick a tank there, well, will become apparent in a moment. We'll stick another. How much money have I got? No, we'll just start with 1. And then from the tank, you've got this wrong. Okay. Well, use that handy-dandy get your money back that you were just referring to. Yeah, all right. All right, I'm going to work this backwards. So, unload station. We're going to go... What's the best way to do this? The problem with the drones is they get in each other's way. No, I think you were right first time. Do it this way. All right, okay. And we'll slap that across there. So we've got 4 that can be picked up at once. And then they will come out of... I mean, it's not an inexpensive... arrangement there. They'll come out of that. Yes. Okay, and they will come out of... Hold on, wait, grab this and slap that on there. Yeah, and then stick a tank on that. Bizarrely, the big container is the smaller one in the pictures. I know, it's true. The little container is the one you want to use, though. Can't build because there's flipping drones in the way. So there we go. That's that. We now want... And I tell you, these confuse me as well. But I won't be confused. And in fact, no, you have been confused. Have I? No, you haven't. Right. This will now grab anything out of a minecart that happens to stray into its path, which is super. So we'll start the Minecraft run here. We'll sell this lot. That now needs to be a tank, so that we can get some optimum tank fillage going on, and you'll see that they would started to fill up with scrunge in the bottom of that. This now needs an output, like so. There we are, and then we'll run a spot of that's train track, different beast train track. I haven't unlocked it yet, so I'm very excited to find out what that does. Right, I'm going to want to, because I'm going to turn this into a loop at some point. So we'll just fling this around the corner like that, and to there. Groovy. Do you want to go any further? Nope, that'll probably do it. Okay, all right, make it so. Let's now sling a minecart on this. One will do. Right, once I'm running a loop, I'll run more minecarts on there, but you see, it picks up, goes to the end of the track, goes, oh, I can't go any further. Comes down here, sticks on there, and rinse, repeat, and so forth. And all I'm trying to do here is just make my drone path a little bit shorter, so that these clowns can load my trucks a bit faster. He's gone, oh, brilliant, lovely job. So the other thing that I'd probably do is a similar kind of unloading, loading operation going down over here, and that will speed things up dramatically, because the less time you have your drones meandering around the place looking confused, the better. Right, my research bay is glowing green, which means that I can now claim my points. There's only 28,000 in there, and what do I actually want to unlock? We want to unlock the refiner, which is 20,000. Well, let's do that then. Yeah, okay. Give me the money. Unlock the cheese. Thank you. Right, now, I'm not sure I've got the money for a refiner just yet, but we'll get to work on that in a moment. But I'll show you the other stuff you've got up here. So here's the finance screen. So at the moment, our 3-month output is 120. It's respectable. Revenue's pretty good. Power is not problematic too much. So as we roll past the end of the month, it trims off the oldest month that was in there and just shows you the last couple. Then we'll have a look at the demand bonus. So right now we're getting only 8% bonus on our raw materials. That's to give you a little bit of a beef up when you get started. Over time, stuff starts to become worth less. So even though the new boxes have, when I've got my furnace up, the new boxes have 10 kilos rather than 1. You don't get 10 times the value. No, you get a normal amount of value. But as you can see, this is working quite nicely. That's good. It would be good to, you know what's missing? What would be nice? It's some kind of graph to show how you've done over time. Maybe it exists. Have we got a graph somewhere? I don't think we have. Then recipes. So coal ore becomes coal in the refiner. Beautiful. Well, we're going to get to work on that in a moment. And then you got some tips. Add minecarts or claw trains. Yeah. And then you've got the medallion. 120 kilos is our top score right now. And then you've got the overall objective. So there you go. I think that's given you a tour of just about the entire menu. Oh, let's do this bit as well while we're here. You've got this lot. All right, transfer tubes. You've seen those. These are transfer tubes. You can't stick these together. So if I stick this fella down, I can't hook another one onto it. Right, 3 is the furthest you can pipe stuff. If you want to take it further than that, you're going to need minecarts or claw trains or something of that kind of behaviour. You've then got your 2 tanks. This one carries 40 crates worth. That one carries 120. You can read. Remote connectors not played with yet. Yeah, don't know. I believe that they will allow you to zip stuff from one end of the map to the other, but you can only have one of each colour. So there's 3 different colours. You can only have one of each colour ever on your map, so use them wisely. Second one, this is electricity, yeah, and then water later on. Water you use to make stuff more efficient, and it makes you more efficient. Mining, yes, crate maker, this fella. Mining rig, that fella. Refiner, wait for it. Then the combiner, which is like refiner to electric boogaloo. That allows you to make more advanced stuff and, as a result, more cash. And then the oil derrick for oil. And the rocket launch pad. Oh, yes. The rocket launch pad. Now, that's the aspiration that you want, because the rocket launch pad, that pays you a 30% dividend extra on your shipments out. So you stop using trucks at that point and start using rockets. But you see how it's at the end of the menu here? Yeah, we're not going to get to that for a while. Then we've got grass and farming and all that kind of business if you want to do that, but you've got to unlock it first. Then you've got your load and unload stations, your conveyors, which is great. Transfer claws are awesome. We'll see those in the next episode. Then you've got your mine tracks, your claw tracks, your choo-choo train, cannot wait, but no, not yet, and then roads. So there's not a billion options in here, but I tell you what, I've had a heck of a lot of fun playing with the options that you do get to begin with. Now then, should I? Yeah, I think I should. All right, okay, so let's just slap another couple of unload stations on here, like that, and then we'll get a bit of extra extra automation going on in this one. All right, kill that. Yeah, you're done here. No, I've moved it. The drones will stick with the last task that they were on until they try and complete the task and go, oh, I can't. And you're going to go, yeah, no, I know you can't. I just I took it apart. Oh, why'd you do that? Because we're moving for progress. We're going for the future. Oh, okay, the future. Good. I love the future. As well you should. Right, now then, let's hook you up. Give it a bit of that. Go on, give it a bit of that. Don't just talk about giving it some of it. Actually give it. I think these might be too close together. Oh, really? Yeah, see, because you have to. Yeah, see, look, you can't bend it fast enough. Which means I'm going to need to use a wiggler. Okay, scientific name for it, of course, is a wiggler. Yeah, all those noises. All right, well, can we get two wigglers in there and link them together that way? Well, what's the other option? Well, the other option is you do something unnecessary with it. Oh, let's do that. Okay, right, we're going to do something unnecessary. So we'll send you off this way, like this. We'll whiz it around like that. Whiz it. Yeah, it only wants to do one right angle at a time. So if you need to go a little further than that, you have to do it in two parts. Right, are you just not delivering very much? What's the problem here? You should be filling up every time you get to here. Why are you not? Oh, I see, you're now going down there. Oh, I'll have some of that. Cheers. And back you come. And unload. Excellent. And grab the ore. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, it's doing its thing. Each minecart, incidentally, carries 4 crates worth of ore. Just, for those of you who like to know the precise value of things, that's the precise value of that. Right, okay, let's get around the corner. It's going to be a bit of a squeeze, but I reckon we'll do it. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, like that. Yep, a wholly unnecessary detour there, but it allows us to run in a circle, which I can start sticking this in as a train, and it will do a bit better performance. It actually makes no difference at all to performance. I just like things going in one direction. Right, okay, so we'll add another couple of minecarts on here. We'll take that up to a 3. Now, they don't travel independently, which is a bit disappointing, but ultimately not that disappointing. No, instead, they'll go as a little train, stop at the next one. Now, you can have mixed consists if you're stopping at different types of materials. That's a word. Then you could have coal, you could have iron, you could have all sorts running on your little train here. But as you can see, the amount of output that I've got at the moment really doesn't justify having anything longer than that. We're not even filling up 3. So there we go. These clowns, of course, are all sitting around here going, no, I want this crate. No, you can't have it. I want the crate. I could, of course, put another packager on there, which would probably be a smart thing to do. But it's not...
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. A parcel is a package bearing the name and address of the recipient in order to be routed through the services of a postal service or by express package delivery service to the recipient.
Thanks, phone. Yeah, I needed that. That's really very helpful of you. That was the phone there getting involved, telling me what a package was. Didn't ask, but it told me anyway. Oh, we're getting a good amount of throughput there now. I'll tell you what, telephone interruptions there, John, aren't they just the best? What was I going to do? Yeah, right, let's get the refiner up. So here's the refiner. Now this has to be built inside. Inside what? I hear you cry. I'll leave you a moment to do that. Inside a flipping factory. That's inside what? And, yeah, so factories are really, really expensive. So how am I going to? What's my overall scheme here? All right. Now the important thing to think of at the moment is where is the factory exit? Because the factory exit and in fact entrance is what's going to make the difference when it comes to exporting. So here's my factory. There you are. Now I can demolish it and get my money back, but we're just building it at the moment, so that seems to be futile. I don't need a drone bay. Give me a refiner. I'm going to want a couple of these, and we will have... Now, I've experimented with refiners and the kind of the optimum way to use them, and I haven't found it yet. What I have found is a couple of ways that sort of work, so we'll go with that. Now, you need doors going onto your factories. If I cancel the factory, you'll see that it's entirely sealed. These doors here are what allow these little idiots to ingress and egress of their own volition, which is probably a good idea. Now, you can also run your mine track inside. We'll be doing that. Do what you know to be right, which is stick the unload station in. But you can't have your unload station outside. You can't run that through there. Same goes for step conveyors as well. You can only use those inside. They can't be used outside in the slightest. So we'll go with 2 to start with, because this is quite a pricey piece of kit. And then you're going to need a boxer upper. Give me a boxer. Do you need to boxer upper? No, you don't. You can go direct from this to that. It already comes out in a box. All right, that's good. And then from there, we then just need to get the old ore in. Now, obviously, I'm going to ship that using these minecart chaps. So it comes out of these, and this is really hellish. If you don't have, really hellish. It's a video game, dude. Get a grip. Yeah, if you do not have the step conveyors, working the insides of a factory is a right pain in the bum. But you know, it's got to be done. If you want to make any progress, you've got to do this stuff. So right, what's your scheme here, there, Shiny? Right, well, we'll have the load station. Oh, this is going to make your drones bad. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. They're going to zip in from here, wang stuff onto the drone, whatnot. It's just coal ore, please. There you go, high demand, and then that's higher priority outwards. So you're going to need to rethink what you've built so far to make it more efficient. You didn't turn that one on. You're doing a sterling job. Everyone thinks you're doing brilliantly. Just FYI. Now so you'll see. Look, there's no trucks waiting apart from this one at the moment, and now we're going to start feeding the beast here to try and get some refined coal instead. Now, refined coal pays for a lot more. You get good bang for buck, at least in terms of money income from your refined ore. My trains really aren't going to help too much at the moment, unless I were to build the tank setup here with output, and then I can move my drones over here. But I still need my drones to then come pick this stuff up and take them out to the trucks. We're just not quite there yet, unless I output from here into another tank, onto another set of minecarts, and then hoik them out that way. You'll see that this new development here has, well, what's the way to describe it? Completely made a mess of what was working already. I was going to use stronger language than that, but I changed my mind at the last minute. No, it's made of a bit of a pig's ear of what we've got going on there. We've got some research available. Let's claim it. 48 of your thousands. What is... Oh, no, see, you didn't... Oh, we can get conveyors. Oh, well, that changes everything. All right. No, thanks, Tiger. No, you go back to doing what you were doing. We'll get conveyors up, and then we'll call it a day. Right, because it's worth... Trust me, conveyors, worth it. Well worth it. Right, so we'll stick one on there. Yeah, we'll stick one on here. Now these you can run for as long as you please. So I can conveyor all over the joint if I feel like it. I don't feel like it, not at the moment. I might feel like it later, but right now, not really. We'll stick our little fuel tank out here. Well, it's not a fuel tank. We'll stick our little tank out here. Yeah? Yeah, only because I'm going to need the space. And then we'll do an out, and then we'll do a boxer. Like that. You got it the right way around? Yeah, I did. And then from there, we're going to want to go on the... you've not left enough space. I have left enough space. Yeah, it's fine. Look, see? Perfect. That's exactly what you want it to do. And then we bang in a couple of these, like that, which is how you get things to split. I mean, it effectively acts as your splitter. And then we're all good. We are all good. Groovy. So grab your Gubbins Hoover here. Stick that on there. We're going to need another out. Okay. Stick the outdoor on there. And then we can move to rotate. All right, I'll rotate. You stay doing what you were doing because you were doing a fine job. We'll go that one. You know what? Let's just put them all in. It's only $1,000 a throw. And then track time. Okay, straight out the door. Beautiful. All right, straight around the corner. Whoa, gently. How much turning space do you need? You don't need that much space. Oh, no. Well, all right. Well, you're going to have to come out. Oh, no, hold on. We can go out the back door. All right. Yeah, you haven't built a back door yet. But if you build a back door, you can go out of that instead. All right. It's not what I had in mind. Doesn't matter what you had in mind. Make something that works. This will sort of work, I think. There we are. Fling you out there like that. And then get you pointing back over where we want you to be. $4,000 for another bit of track. So it's not a waste of money in the slightest. Right, okay, that's all good. That's all good to go. So if we now cancel this lot, I probably deleted some commercial goods there, but that's okay. Yeah, get rid of it. Thank you, and that. Right, we could probably do something better with what we've got here as well. So if you now whiz that back because you changed your mind in that way that you always do, and then fling this up here. Yes. Yeah, that's all right. It's good. This is all sort of planage. Planage. Yeah, it's going according to planage. All right. Okay. He's just going to turn around. You know that, right? I think you've just depowered everything as well. Just so you're aware. All right, and then grab this, do a bit of that. Now, I might point out at this stage, there's probably a more efficient way to have done this, but I've done it this way, which is less efficient, and therefore less efficient. Right, you come around here. Flipping heck, you need a lot of cornering space. All right, whiz it down there. Yeah. All right, and then bulldozer track. Yeah, to put the other corner in. And then we're good. And then we're golden, in fact. Right, there you are. Sling that on there, and then we're operational as soon as I put the power back in, which I'll do presently. This. There we are. Right, we're all juiced up. Train's got 3 on board now, which is good. Well, it had an extra minute to pick some stuff up. There we go. We'll stick 4 on. Now, the big downside is that you will quickly whip through your budget here if you... what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, yeah. If you're not making any money for a while, your power bill will wipe out what little money you have. Right, good. Why did you unload? Yes, you did. Right, what's your problem? That's an unload station. That's an unload station. Have I got this misconfigured? I have. All right, tell it to do coal. Right, then we can start flogging this coal off, and that will all be good. Now, once these clowns start moving themselves around a little bit more freely, because as you can see, the problem with the refiners is they take a minute or two to actually refine anything. And of course they do need the raw materials in the first place for that to happen. Yeah, so there's a number of reasons why this isn't ideal, but hopefully Johnny Train here, when he turns up, will get us rolling in the right direction. I'm being hampered a little by the fact that I'm only working with 2 mines rather than 3. Why did you not pick that up? Why did you not pick that up? That's curious. Okay, what's your problem? Transfer tube. Yeah, you've got the wrong transfer tube on there. This is not the first time you've done that. Well, how did it get any resources at all then? Use the one that picks it up. Good. Alright. That should do it. That'll probably work. I reckon that might do it. Yes, take the stuff. Good. Right, there we are. Now we're in business. How much have you got? You got 4. That's not very much. But hey, you know, you do you. So there you go. Your step conveyor is now doing step conveying. You get to watch these chaps in action, which is great. They're cool. Yeah, just like that. And then these guys have a bit of a bundle in the doorway going, no, I'm going to take it. No, you're not going to take it. I'm taking it. All right, you take it. What's particularly cool, actually, is that the drones do collide with each other and get in each other's way all the time, which, you know, it makes you despair for the programming of those drones. I don't know which robot factory put them out in the first place, but they just kind of went, no, just make them beeline everywhere. It'll all be good. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for today. I've been Colonel Failure. Next time around, more. Well, basically, and that's the goal, is do more of this, but better. So let's do that. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll be back soon with another one. Cheerio. Yeah, as I said at the beginning, I've played about 4 hours of this before sitting down to do a bit of a recording, and I hadn't intended to play 4 hours of it. I'd intended to play 1 hour of it, just to, you know, familiarise myself with a few of the ins and the outs and so forth. The starting stage of the game is quite slow. You do have a fair amount of sitting around waiting to earn the cash to build the next stuff. But it does pick up pace quite quickly, and before you know it, you're tearing up everything that you've built before and sticking down new stuff and making all of that work. And it's another good time sink right there. If you enjoy the likes of Factorio or Satisfactory or things like this, this is kind of, it's a good halfway house between the two, I'll be honest. You know, Factorio with its 2D top-down appearance of things, and then Satisfactory's full 3D. Well, this is your third person. This is working quite nicely. Yeah, I'll be playing some more of this. Be sure to stick a comment below if you have anything in particular you'd like me to poke around at next time around, and I'll give it a good solid poke for you.